Hello Vavers, you're watching YouTube channel Daily USA News Alert. Nunes drops bombshell, says criminal referrals coming for FISA abuse scandal. Congressman Devin Nunes is still fighting against Obama-era corruption. In a recent interview, Nunes revealed that many crimes will be referred to the Attorney General. Real Clear Politics reported that Nunes said in an interview with FNC's Maria Bartiromo that Congress must hold the Department of Justice accountable. From this week's edition of Sunday Morning Futures on Fox News Channel, all of us want to see justice equal under the law, right? So we want to see everyone held accountable. I believe that, if the new Attorney General and the Department of Justice, if they don't take all of this on, and do a full scrub and have full accountability and transparency for the American people, you are going to see generations of conservatives who will not trust the Department of Justice. They will not trust the FBI, and they for sure will not trust the FISA process. So I mentioned this in things that we have left to do earlier. And I don't want to gloss over it, because it's very important. The FISA laws were first written in the 70s. They need to be completely rewritten because of what the Clinton campaign and the former people at DOJ and FBI were able to do. Nunes says the criminals' referrals will be presented in the coming weeks. House Intelligence Committee ranking member Devin Nunes claimed Wednesday that he and his Republican colleagues are on the verge of submitting a bevy of criminal referrals to Attorney General William Barr regarding everything from the FISA abuse scandal to the notorious Trump dossier. We are preparing a criminal referral that we will present to the Attorney General at the appropriate time, he said to Fox News host Sean Hannity. For many crimes. The obvious ones that you would know about would be lying to Congress, but we will also be looking at FISA abuse and all the other matters that we've been looking into. And it'll probably be one large referral. We're probably going to be prepared in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, he continued when pressed by Hannity about the time frame for the referrals. One of the things that's coming up, what people should be looking out for, is next week on March 14th. A federal judge down in Florida has ordered the release of depositions by Christopher Steele, who is supposedly the author of the dossier, and David Kramer, who plead the fifth to this committee, who we know was handling and moving the dossier around to press outlets. True. Last week, to be specific, U.S. District Court Judge Ursula Ngaro ruled that depositions Steele and Kramer once filed in a lawsuit against BuzzFeed must be released publicly March 14. Kramer is a former associate of the late Senator John McCain. It was he who funneled a fraudulent dossier on then-President-elect Donald Trump to various members of the media, including Ken Bensinger of BuzzFeed News, roughly a month and a half after the 2016 presidential election. This and other revelations were unveiled at a court hearing late last year involving a suit filed in 2017 against BuzzFeed by Cyprus resident Alex Djigabarev and his company XBT Holding, alleging that the news publisher's decision to publish the dossier in January 2017 had defamed them. Bensinger obtained the dossier from Kramer when the two met at the McCain Institute on December 29, 2016. Their meeting at the McCain Institute wasn't incidental. It was McCain who had dispatched Kramer, a member of the institute, to obtain copies of the dossier roughly a month before the meeting. Previous reports revealed that sometime in late 2016, former British diplomat Andrew Wood, a friend of British spy Christopher Steele, the man who compiled the dossier for the firm Fusion GPS, met with the Arizona senator to inform him of the contents of the since discredited document. All this is relevant because this fraudulent dossier, which as a reminder was paid for by Hillary Clinton and the Democrat National Committee, was used during the Obama administration to convince the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court to authorize the surveillance of Trump's campaign and eventually the launch of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's fruitless investigation. The only collusion occurred between the Democrats and the Russians, Nunes said when asked about the impending release of Mueller's report. That we're still trying to get to the bottom of. Correct. In fact, much of the information contained within the dossier was reportedly provided to Steele via his connections within Russia, according to Congressman Darylissa. Christopher Steele hasn't been in Russia in 20 years, so even the unknown people responsible for it could easily, easily have in fact been agents of the Russian government, which would mean that Hillary Clinton is the one guilty of the so-called collusion, he said last year. What's unclear is who exactly Nunes' referrals will target and for what. From the sounds of it, however, Steele and Kramer will most likely be among those to be referred for prosecution.